Courtney here from the Cranbourne Library. Happy New Year and welcome to 2014. Later in the month we're going to be celebrating Australia Day on January 26th, and so in honour of that I thought I'd bring you some great Aussie YA authors who you might have missed. So to kick it all off, we've got an Aboriginal writer called Amberlyn Quaimulina. I'm sorry, I did butcher that name, but this is her dystopian series called The Tribe, which basically is set in a time where there has been a reckoning. Basically the human race has taken too much from the Earth's resources, and there was an apocalypse type event many years ago, and everything was wiped out. Since then, this new society has risen where they are more cautious of what they take from the environment. So there's a real environmental theme throughout this book. And within the society there are special people who are born with special abilities, like Ashla Wolf. So Ashla Wolf is a dream walker, and she can talk to wolves. There's another character called Georgie who can tell the future and creepily talks to spiders. There's a character who can run really fast in a short amount of time. So they're special, and their abilities have made them shunned from society. So society basically locked them up and caged them and try and forget about them. But Ashla Wolf has escaped, and she's helped others escape, and she's created a tribe that live in the woods. So that's the sort of backstory to there. But now Ashla Wolf has been betrayed by Justin, who was a human who was helping them. But he has turned her over to the government, and now she is about to be interrogated, and basically the lives of everyone in the tribe is at threat because Ashla knows everything because she built this tribe. So that's the premise of the story. It's like a puzzle piece, this book, a puzzle, and slowly as the pieces come together you learn more and more until you get the whole picture and the whole story comes together, and it's so very cleverly written that it's quite mind-blowing. I really enjoyed it. Loved the characters, loved the setting, loved the plot, and it's a new twist on the whole dystopian idea. Amberlyn, as I said, is an Aboriginal author, so a lot of the Aboriginal culture and a lot of the Dreamtime stories, if you know any of them, actually do come through in this book. So the first one is The Interrogation of Ashla Wolf, and the second book, which has come out, is The Disappearance of Ember Crow. There are 2 more books in this series to come out, so keep your eye on that. It is really good stuff. Next up, on the completely other end of the reading spectrum, is the Conspiracy 365 series by Gabrielle Lord. Basically, this is your adventure mystery book. Callum Orman's father has recently died after being overseas and discovering a secret about their family. Callum then comes home one day and discovers that his uncle and his sister have been hurt. Coincidentally, the police arrive a few seconds later and assume that Callum has been the one who has attacked them. So he is on the run for that, and he is trying to solve this family mystery called the Orman Singularity, where there's a riddle, there's a jewel, and there's bad guys who are also trying to get their hands on this Orman Singularity. So yeah, it's pretty much the kids versus the adults, trying to outsmart everyone. It's set in Melbourne, specifically Richmond, so if you've ever been into the city you'll read this and you might be able to visualise a few of the places that Callum's talking about and where Callum goes. It's spread over the 12 months, so each book runs from January to December, and it's very clever. Got to admire any author who can write 12 books and know exactly what's going to happen in each book, and have things that happen in the first book that connect to what happened in the last book. So that is Conspiracy 365. On a completely other end of the spectrum again, Portraits of Selena is a murder mystery novel. Bailey has moved to the country with her mother, her older sister and her younger brother after her father died. They're moving into the old family house in the country, and basically Selena finds a trunk of, sorry, not Selena, Bailey finds a trunk of Selena's old things, and basically Selena starts to haunt her. She wants Bailey to find her murderer, to stop him, to make him pay for what he did to her. And despite the fact that Bailey's got a lot of other stuff going on, you know, a delinquent older sister, a mother who can't handle it, a little brother to take care of him, let's not mention the very cute boy across the river who keeps talking to her and grabbing her attention. She's also got to find out who killed Selena. And it's quite dramatic ending, what happened to Selena and how far Selena goes to get her vengeance. So if you're into murder mysteries, Portrait of Selena is really good. Give it a go. Another murder mystery, The Killing Woods by Lucy Christopher. This one is based around the character of Emily, whose father has PTSD, so he's a soldier who has post-traumatic stress disorder. I don't know if I put that right. But yeah, basically he has lost it. He can't function properly in society because of what he's been through and what he's seen, and he spends a lot of time in his woods next to the house, and one morning he comes back with a dead body of a young girl who is in Emily's class. And basically he gets accused of this murder, he gets charged with murder, and he's thrown in prison, and obviously Emily's life spirals out of control. You know, she struggles to accept that her father has done this, she struggles to understand what happened and how it could have happened. And on the other side of the story we also get Damon's story. Damon is the boyfriend of the missing, oh sorry, she's not missing, she's dead, the dead girl, and he's struggling to remember what happened that night. He was with her, but he can't remember what happened, and he's got a lot of secrets, and that plays out between the two of them. They keep crossing paths, and we eventually have to bring the two stories together and find out really what happened that night, and it's quite shocking. So yeah, give that one a read, The Killing Woods, it's really good. Last but not least, I'm being a bit cheeky with this one. It's These Broken Stars, which is co-written by Amy Kaufman, who, yes, is an Australian author, and Megan Spooner, who's American. But Amy's Australian, so I'm going to take it, and because it's really good. So basically this is your futuristic sort of Titanic tragedy story. It is a bit of a love story. You've got Lilac and Tava who meet on this spaceship in a Titanic sort of setting. They flirt a little, they separate, the ship goes down, and they end up in an escape pod together and land on this very mysterious planet where they have to sort of work together and clash with each other to survive. So they have to walk across the planet to find the wreckage of the ship so that they can hopefully find help and be rescued. There's lots of weird things that go on here. Lilac starts seeing dead people that she shouldn't be able to see, and we also get an insight into these two complicated past lives they have before they met on this ship. And then of course once they make it to the wreckage, they sort of get directed or steered towards this hut, and there's weird things going on, and at one point there's this really weird twist about 2/3 of the way through that involves one of the main characters that you don't see coming because you think, how's the story going to go if this happens? And basically, yeah, it's in the end they sort of have to really work together and come together, and there's this mysterious presence on this planet that is sort of manipulating them. Yeah, and I think that's all I can really say without spoiling it. But it is so good. I know it doesn't make sense, and unfortunately by the end of it it will not make 100% sense either, because this is the first book in a trilogy. But it is so good. All I can think, it was phenomenal. It hooked me. I read it in 2 days, and it's about 500 pages long, so I think that says it all. So that's These Broken Stars by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. So yeah, that's it pretty much, guys. So I hope you have a happy Australia Day on January 26th, and happy reading. I'll see you guys all next month. Ciao!